Welcome to the Vale, a rare bastion of civilization in a world recuperating after a terrible, centuries-long war. Though the battles ended 200 years ago, the land still recovers from this period of tumultuous strife and slavery. Join now the defenders of the Vale as they navigate a world riddled with opportunity and tragedy, all the while seeking glory, gold, and adventure.
And then what are your guys' plan for the tower, or the pyramid? What are you guys thinking so far?
There's no such thing as a plan. We just have to follow the only path that we can.
We missed a thing. We didn't go down a certain hall earlier. I'm pretty sure.
2 halls.
Yeah, we've missed a couple halls because of being distracted by portals.
Being distracted by walking straight ahead.
Yes. We got very easily distracted.
Oh, look, we could make a turn here. No, can't do that. Let's keep walking.
We do very easily walk off in single directions. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to make a conclusion on what's going on.
Before we do a rest, Finnileas wants to go travel down another hallway.
No, it's happening again. We're gonna have to put like a harness on Finn.
Sure, where are you gonna go?
Onyx.
Since we've saved Onyx from a shackle ethereal prison, Finnileas wants to travel down this hallway over here and make sure there aren't any other people trapped.
Alright, go check it out.
Well, guys, I believe it would be safer if Grok wouldn't go that fast.
No, I'm stopping right there.
Yes, please, because otherwise I might have to, save you for another trap, like I did with Basil. And this time I might, maybe miss. And, you could just, explode. Or, worst, duplicate.
I already duplicated. How do you think I got that guy? And I point out my simulacrum.
Totally forgot about that guy. Well, that could be worse, 3 of you instead of 1.
That's a good idea. 3 of me.
Anyway.
That's a good idea.
Well, what do they say? All good things come in trees? Or is it all bad things come in trees?
I thought they say that all good... I forgot what they say. Never mind.
What's the range on your sight?
60 or 30? Hold on.
For the ethereal stuff.
Ethereal is 30.
60.
It's 60? Okay, never mind.
Yep.
I remembered 30 from last week.
That
was Arcane Eye.
I was about to say, you're probably thinking Arcane Eye.
Okay, everything looks normal as of where you are. And as you come around there...
Yes?
You don't know what's going on. You can barely see it. You can barely see it all. Actually, you probably can't see it all right now.
Okay. Is it because it's damn dark? Is it something I could solve by having...
There's nothing you can see. Looks like walls and a creepy dungeon from what you can see, and that's only because Grok's illuminating it for you.
I like being a glowworm.
Grok, why don't you just maybe follow me a little but not from that far afar, so I could see things?
That's where you see him, Finnileas. You see him just 2 squares above you.
Sure, I'll follow you around.
I will let everybody know that there's an orc in similar state as Onyx, and I will cast Dispel Magic.
All of a sudden, you see an orc flop down onto the ground, very tired. He looks at you, Finnileas, menacingly for a brief moment before he passes out.
I will let everyone know we have an orc that I have freed from the ethereal shackles, and he didn't look super happy to see me, but he is unconscious.
How long do you suppose that he's been here?
I don't think we know enough about this place to have any idea if traps are resetting, how the ethereal chains affect each person. They could affect them the same, they could affect them different, they could be adjustable. We don't have any idea.
Yeah, well, if it's all magical, well, I believe I just can't do anything or know anything about it. All I can do is just check them all out one by one again. Otherwise, you guys, well, Finn and Grok are the experts. Not me. But you seem to be as clueless as me, so I'm gonna make a sweep to see if there are any in this room. And Grok, would you mind following me to make sure I can see stuff?
Sure thing.
I will go in the same room as, here. Make sure there are no traps around. If there are any, I'm gonna mark them.
Okay.
You want perception? You want investigation?
You can roll if you'd like.
I rolled 25 investigations to see if there are any.
You feel 100% confident that there are no traps.
What a jerk! I hate when he does that.
I'm just, as I'm following him around, I'm just kind of looking at the walls, the ceiling, looking at everything except basically him.
Well,
Not doing anything useful, just scoping out the area.
That all seems safe. I'm just gonna go back on my steps and go see the other trap. I think it was somewhere around here, right?
Where'd he go?
Yeah, the trap that you already messed with up here, yeah, it was right there.
I'm gonna inspect it again.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll, I guess.
I'll help him.
It's
You want to
okay.
help me?
It's okay.
Okay.
He's making a straight
Yeah.
roll. No advantage.
26 for investigation.
Okay. It's there. Just like you left it.
So it's damn it, I can't find a word.
Not reset.
Thank you.
You guys want to bring that orc down this way? We can kind of let him rest in a secure place that he can't bother us while we take our rest.
That would be best.
I got shackles if you want. You could shackle him.
We don't know if he's going to be hostile. It's probably better to err on the side of caution.
Exactly what I was about to say. Word from the wise Roland. And that is exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna ask for help. Would Basil help me out, please? Just to get that guy out of there and bring him back into the room we are.
Of course.
And we're gonna go grab that dude, put on shackles on him, and let Finn do whatever he likes. That sounded so wrong.
Where do you want to put him at? Where do you shackle him at?
No shackles. Down here in this room.
Where do you want him? Anywhere in particular?
Down here in this room.
He's right next to you.
I know. In the room that I'm pinging.
Right? And what now?
I'm checking for traps again to make sure there's nothing that's gonna explode in our faces.
Your overall's good for now.
Once everyone is ready, I will do a tiny hut where I'm standing. It should block that door and give us some security.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if Robbie John was still in charge of dragging the giant rock man around, because apparently none of the guys want to do it.
You're a strong cat.
I'm busy being a flashlight.
Actually, Robbie John's higher stats are in like wisdom, so not really.
Look, I just respect your ability to carry a sleeping Onyx.
Alright, so you cast Tiny Hut.
I do.
Alright, and I need you guys to break down and keep and watch. Are you all going to sleep at the same time?
Absolutely not.
No watch. Got it. Alright, so everybody goes to sleep.
No, absolutely not. We are not all going to sleep at the same time.
Robbie John will take a watch. She doesn't really care which one.
Basil will take the first 2 hours.
I'm going to hang out with Basil this time.
I'll be awake for the last watch. Or the last two, I don't care.
If Onyx is going to be doing a watch, I am going to stay with him because
Onyx is passed out cold.
Onyx is like conked out.
But if you
That's
want to
what
do
I
a
meant.
watch with a incapacitated Onyx, that's fine. I'll let you do that.
Well, I can just do it on my own.
You just prop him up. Hey, I'm a Onyx and I'm doing a watch.
And if I say something that
All
you
right.
don't, that's some serious problems.
Okay, so it's gonna be Grok and Basil for first watch, Roland can take second watch with Robbie John. Finnileas can potentially cover 2 watches. I don't know who else wants to sit in on those watches with Finnileas.
I'll do it.
It's gonna be a
I think-
long watch.
Would Robbie John be able to take like 2 hours of Finn's 4-hour watch?
You're taking 2 hours of your own watch.
No, I mean, like, would she be able to do a 4-hour watch? So she does the 2 with Roland.
Not
No,
need a full
okay.
rest. You're regular. You're no elf.
The only reason Finn can do it is because he's an elf.
Oh, I know. No, I understand that. Don't really need a full rest, so it would be okay.
You've been in this dungeon for a day or 2 now.
We only
Fine.
got a short rest just then, so you're missing some slots, right?
I'll just tell Belethiel it was your guys' idea.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell her whatever
Alright.
you want. I don't think.
Well,
she's
we
gonna
do have
mad
2
at me.
groks, so one grok can stay up with Finn and one grok can stay up with me.
Yeah. One of my groks will stay up with Finn.
Too many groks.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
So the first one is going to be Roland and No.
The first one's me and grok.
you and Grok A.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a percentile dice roll, both of you, and I want Basil don't roll high and Grok don't roll low.
I rolled 69, so... Oh!
So did I.
This is happening.
Nice.
I want to talk about what we do on our watch.
Okay. Nothing happens. You guys are fine. Who's second watch? Is this for Roland? Because that's the one I really want to murder today.
I see.
Roland and who?
It's Roland and Rabajan, this watch.
Oh, Roland will be fine. I'm not trying to kill Rabijan until next episode. All right, Roland and Rabijan,
You
give me
try to
percentile
cover
dice.
every
Rabbi, you
episode.
do not want to roll high. Roland, you do not want to roll low.
I got a 45.
Rabijan rolled a 25.
Good job. All right, you guys are fine. Finnileas and other Grok, right?
Yep.
What are you gonna get over there?
96.
44.
Finnileas has the perception of a god.
False. Gods are more oblivious than him.
Seeing and caring are 2 different things.
Well,
Hi,
that's a
Finnileas.
dick move on your part.
Grok, you are back to normal now as soon as this next thing is over. So not yet, but as soon as I'm done with whatever I'm about to do to Finnileas and Grok B, you'll be fine again.
You mean Onyx.
Yeah. So, Finnileas, you see the orc start to rouse from his sleep. He starts to get up and he's looking around, and he can't see in there, but he looks at the hut, and you hear him kind of snort, and he starts to stand up.
I cast message and talk to his brain.
Ooh! Everybody besides Finnileas, mute yourself, or deafen yourself. I mean, what do you say?
Hello, friend. I just saved you from some very strange shackles that seem to have been sapping your strength. Apologize for the rudeness of this, but I can't come out of this hut without the spell canceling. My friends are resting.
You're the defenders.
Yes, that is us. And who are you?
Not ready to meet you yet. Thank you. I think I fell for a trap.
It appears that you did. You're not the only one. My friends did. By the way, I didn't intend to track you into that space. I was attempting to keep us and you safe. So as soon as we're done here, this spell will dispel and you are free to go do whatever you like. We're in here trying to figure out what's going on.
Objects at the gate.
Yes, that is correct. But what do you know about the gate?
I trust you understand what sort of awkward position I am. And that I'm supposed to be your enemy, but you saved my life when I met you. He kind of breathes heavy. He gets up and you notice he's got like he would look like a terrifying orc shaman. Is how you might recognize him. You might stereotype him. And he looks at you and he goes, I'm going to leave soon. But I will leave you with 2 pieces of information. I think that's at least worth some of what we need by saving. The Defenders is not the only guild, and not all of the guilds are share the same ideals as that. And we're probably about 8 guild members lesser now.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there was no debt to repay. You were trapped and the means to help. It just is what it is. I apologize for your friends. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I couldn't help them.
You know, I've heard stories of some of you as we tried to gather data. And you're Finnileas.
Yes, that's me.
The smart one. Just know that other people are after these pyramids. They're after this gate. Other people are looking to take advantage of the power struggle. Some people don't want this to end, and some people want it to end, and I'm assuming it's a different way than you do.
That is unfortunate, but not necessarily a surprise. I do thank you for the information and advice.
And just for what it's worth, if we meet again, we'll be at least neutral. But just so you know, my guild and your guild aren't meant to be out.
Well, let's cross that bridge when it comes. But for now, I hope you well.
He kind of ironically smiles and he goes, Krolish Strongwish. It was nice to meet you. As you guys you start to wake up, you notice that Finnileas is staring intently outside at the orc, who stands up and he takes and moves his like leather chest piece to the side, and you see a tattoo that was eerily reminiscent of guild tattoos. He then takes his left hand and his nail and puts a cut across it. It glows brightly, and he is blooped away.
Oh, that's happening. Why don't we have that? I mean, it should be so useful.
I think we're supposed to.
Is it?
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Before we get moving again, I'm going to be ritually casting Ray's telepathic bond to give the whole party telepathy with each other.
Great move.
So next time Onyx wanders off, I can go, hey, get back here, and not have to run off after him.
Too bad you
So
can't have
basically, you're just being lazy.
Cautious. Remember, he went running off, and I didn't want to leave the eyesight of the party, so I didn't go running after him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it was the right move. I'm really glad we decided to put 2 people on watches together. That would have been really bad if he was on his own.
He's fine. Can Basil do like a check to see if he knows why that guy could do like teleporty stuff with his tattoo?
I mean, I guess you can certainly try. We'll see if we can get you some information on it.
I just remember having a scalpel pushed into me at one point. I don't remember why. I just remember that. What kind of check do I make, bro?
That's gonna be a mental one.
Make a bro check, bro.
It's a bro check.
Just go ahead and make give me a disadvantage bro check, or just give me a straight intelligence check.
Okie dokie. He's not sure.
What's
You know
the check?
nothing, Basil.
Say it out loud.
Well, it's a total of 3, and my bonus is a 2.
Are you saying you got a natural 1?
I might have got a natural 1, but technically, I rolled a 1, I have a bonus of 2, and then the total is 3, and I think that counts for something, because I like consecutive numbers.
So, you have this theory in your mind that he got that check from using magical ink in his tattoos. You were just sold on the idea that there's an ink out there, that if you had used that ink for the tattoo, it would work that way.
Mm-hmm, okay. He'll note that down. He looks deep in thought, thinking about if he's ever heard of anyone selling magical ink instead of ale. You might have to ask Matilda.
Alright, oh.
Wait, what?
Especially with what Onyx type, that works out great. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
I will explain that was Krolish Strongwish, apparently a member of a I don't know if maybe rival guild would be the right answer. I had a brief conversation with him. He expressed that the Defenders are not the only guild, and that not all the guilds share the same values as we do, and that some of those guilds and some people are also searching these pyramids, trying to find the pieces to the gate, some for reasons like us, and some for other reasons.
So, like, I'm gonna say like Grok would say it. Not Grok, sorry, Onyx would say it. Do we bash his heads next time we see it? Or is it an enemy, a frenemy, or just like... I don't know. What do we do next time we see that ugly bug of his?
Rin, please don't ever do that again.
Well, Rin's not getting healed anymore, so there's that.
That's not true. If that was going to happen, it would have happened already.
That's
Oh, true.
I suppose it's not entirely surprising that there are other guilds, although I had thought that the reason that guilds became outlawed is because they all shared the similar goal of destroying the opposing forces in the war. I can't say I'm not a little bit surprised to see that we have rivals.
Well,
Indeed. After all we've gone through, and what we've accomplished thus far, it's not surprising to find that there are guilds that share our values, and those that oppose. It's only nature.
Perhaps we should talk to Nina once we're done here about maybe convening some sort of meeting, considering some of us might have a more common goal.
Like forming an alliance?
We don't think we know any of that, and can't possibly know it here, so I'm not sure there's a point in speculating. We do know that Krolish Strongwish's guild, he told me that he believes that they were in here, and it appears that 8 of them are no longer around, so his guild is weakened a little bit. The next time we experience them, whether they're friendly or not, will probably depend on what we're doing. Having said that, we should probably get back to doing what we're here for.
Yeah, we gotta finally kill that beholder.
Rabijan feels like we already did that. Also, she feels that at this point, we're just kind of trying to find our way, like, out of here? Like, after stuff is done? Because how do we get out of here, guys?
Well, we'll worry about that once we find what we've came for.
Apparently getting out is as easy as a teleport, which more than one of us can handle with no problem. So, I think
it's the easy part. Finding who we have to kill is the hard part.
That's
Shall
easy.
we continue?
Finn is gone.
alright, Finn, why don't you lead the way?
He's already gone.
What?
He's left.
I think Finn went this way. Where's Onyx
really
going?
Where the hell is Finn?
He went up, didn't he?
I thought Finn went up.
Where are we at?
Hi, Finnileas. You see a hallway. I mean, you come up to the hallway. It's a lot like you remember from the first time you went by it. It looks like a regular, like the hallway did the first time. Once you get over here, the ground turns to gold. Looks like it's made of pure, beautiful gold.
we can't get over there, though, right now, can we?
There is a barrier. Yes, there is a barrier about here.
I warn everyone that there was a barrier there, so I will check and see if it's there again.
It is.
Do you think it's
Yeah,
something we
Finn.
could simply break?
Any idea if we could go through or something without getting disintegrated?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
20.
It looks pretty clean, except for this wall of force type barrier. Hopefully that was a hint.
Where are we?
This is around where we found you, Onyx.
We're at the bakery, Onyx.
I don't smell food.
It's your nose. You got like you're covering something.
Basil shakes his head. Finn, do you know if there's any way through the barrier?
Well, I mean, I can teleport through it, but that it's probably not super helpful. We could dispelling it or disintegrating it. If it's a wall of force, and it could be. Let me see if it is. If it's a wall of force, we would not be able to dispel it.
Could we just try and break it or go around it?
Go around what? Doesn't it block the whole way in?
Oh yes, but if the wall is permanent, then the stone ones might not be.
Huh? You would want us to dig our way in or something?
Or
Dig.
just
You have-
find a way
you
to move the
wizards.
stone.
And a miner.
Don't worry, you'll be an adult in a couple of years.
Yeah. I don't think so. So does any of you want to try something? 'Cause I don't think my expertise here is really valuable.
We could try the Onyx method and just hit it.
No.
Why not? Party pooper.
Rabijan feels like maybe that isn't the best way to go about doing things.
Onyx seems content to try it.
Of course he
I-
Yeah, he does.
I seem content in the fact that the Onyx method has gotten us this far so far.
I have my miner's pick. I can just dig our way around. Do we want to go up, down, or around?
I think through is
Wow.
preferable, but around should work.
How about that dispel thingy? Would you mind trying? Grog or maybe Finn? How's your mom, by the way?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen her for a while. I assume she's fine. Thanks for asking. Let's see. I could take 10 minutes and cast a spell to verify what this barrier is. I'll do that. I start casting detect magic. Or, not detect magic.
Identify.
Yes, thank you.
Right. Time travel. It's a wall of force. It's a permanent wall of force.
While he's doing that, I start on the wall in front of it and start hitting it with my pickaxe.
All right. It's a pretty solid stone wall, so it'll take you a while.
We either have to do what Onyx is doing and dig around it, or we have to get rid of it with disintegrate, or we have to dimension door through it or past it, and that's seems to be the only options I can think of.
Those are all good options. Couple quicker than others, but yeah, those are all yes.
So you want me to blow it up?
So, does
Sorry,
anybody know how to do that?
Yep, I'm digging.
I might have a solution.
I have disintegrate.
What other solution is there? I'm curious because I've named all the ones I'm aware of.
Well, I could simply mold the stone into a passageway that we could use.
I could work.
That's
Finnileas,
brilliant.
is there any chance that the wall of force extends into the stone, or because if we could go around it like Onyx is trying, then that might work.
I mean, Roland's idea seems like an even faster Onyx version, so I think we
Yes,
should
that's-
try that.
Yes, that's what I mean. I suppose we should try Roland's method then.
All right. So are you casting that spell, Roland?
Yes, I'm going to cast Stone Shape.
And describe to me what you're trying to do with the stone shape.
Roland will extend his hands towards the wall and then move his hands apart as if to create a passageway or opening for the party to pass through.
What wall? Where?
This one to the left of the doorway.
And you're trying to describe it better, like I'm stupid. Because spoilers, I am.
So basically, I'm just trying to create an opening for us to pass through, presuming that the wall isn't too thick that I cannot do so.
Like that? Oh,
Yeah,
you're just
I'm
trying to
make
take off the edge around where this would theoretically hit.
Correct.
Okay, good. Good, because I was going to have you roll an intelligence check and then explain to you why that would work, because you can only do 5 feet. Okay. You managed to make a tight. Grok will have a hard time getting through, but you managed to make a tight, what you think is a doorway, right around there. You're going to stick your hand or walk through it to see what happens?
I draw my non-magical scimitar and I start poking through that general direction.
Yeah, it disintegrates. No, I'm kidding. Nothing happens. It's fine. Roland Finnileas, give me a perception check.
23 for Roland.
Finnileas is busy watching Roland and gets a natural 1.
So, Finnileas, everything's fine. Everything's normal. Nothing happens. Roland, however, the world is different for you, buddy. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but here, take this with luck. You notice... Dramatic pause. You just think that the wall of force is dissipating. Altering one of its 2 anchor points may have canceled the permanency spell.
Huh. It looks like... I'm gonna wave my scimitar right into the space where the wall of force is. What happens?
Okay. You wave it around, there's nothing there.
I think we're clear.
Huh. He cracked it.
That actually worked a lot better than I thought it would.
I don't know.
Agreed.
I'm shocked and amazed as I look at Roland with more respect.
Okay, I've made it 3 inches. Just give me a little bit longer.
Onyx, I think it's quite alright. I think we should just move on.
I'm trying.
So the thing's gone. You guys see into this room. As you see into this room, the entire floor is turned basically one step in front of Finnileas is all gold. Looks like solid gold plating.
Is that normal decor for a pyramid like this?
Well, the other pyramids I've been in, I haven't seen gold floors, but I haven't been in a lot of pyramids.
Along the walls, as you come into this room, you can kind of see here and here. But as you notice, it looks like it runs across all of the walls. So you have here and down here as well. Are murals, and they look ancient. The problem with the ancient murals is, as you look at them, you see sporadically, you see many different people you don't recognize, but you also see yourselves up there. Right here is Roland tending some plants that you guys have never seen before in your life. And down here is Ren, and he looks like he is handing a note to somebody kind of on the sly.
What is Rabijan doing?
Oh, I mean, what are some of the domains of your goddess again?
Freya.
Uh-oh.
Freya likes beauty and war and death and
there's another one in there in particular.
what, like fertility?
What? No. It looks like you're counseling people, honestly.
Like
I just
what
wanted to mess with you.
counseling?
Verbal counseling. Verbal only.
That's not what I meant. You can counsel people on all kinds of things. Why you gotta make it weird?
Is verbal counseling weird? I'm sorry. Would you rather have like sign cancel? Are you learning sign language to counsel? It's okay.
No, it was just your
How do you think marriage counselors counsel the deaf people? They have to learn sign language to do the counseling.
Agreed.
Oh, never mind. See this.
No, you look like you're leading a flock, and that's church terms for people, not like sheep. I mean, kind of sheepy. Basil, you are in the midst of a duel. You recognize Mango and Ron, and it looks like you're fighting both of them.
Every time Ron shows up, I get so happy. Look, I love Mango too, but Ron's my boy.
Ron's gonna be the next lesser.
He's got so many. He just knows so much about animals. It's really impressive, and I just, I can't get over it. Respect that.
He's
dude.
my third favorite NPC I've created.
He's great. What am I doing? Am I losing? Does it look like I'm losing?
You're fighting too. You look like you're doing great. You're in a Bruce Lee-like pose, and all of you look tired.
Okay, cool.
Onyx,
So what's Grok doing? What's that handsome guy?
you don't know. You haven't moved far enough to see.
Oh, he's not visible in this one room.
There you go. Up here, you took one step. That's what I wanted.
He literally moved one step, and as he did it, Ricky was like, "Okay, that'll do."
You see, Grok is casting a fireball, but it's like a 1990s or 1980s romantic cover where you're standing with your arms in the air, like a 1980, like Goku's shooting a Kamehameha up in the air, just a massive size fireball.
Grok's gonna check him out and be like, adjusting his hair, looking at him.
Finnileas, yours is you on a mountain, right? Like it's a kind of a snow-capped mountain. You've got the equivalent of an elvish beard, so peach fuzz. Your hair's long and unkempt. Your robes are dirty, and you're sitting there cross-legged, and it looks like a bunch of little, maybe 6 to 8 inch portals have appeared around you, and you're addressing one of them.
I am totally engrossed in that. I'm not paying attention to anything else now.
Okay.
Can you ping where Basil's mural is so I can go and have him look at it?
I'm just making this up. Basil's here. Grok's here. I think I said Roland's here. Rabijan's counseling down here. Ren is over here.
Oh, Rin, we're next to each other.
Onyx will be over here if he ever goes in the room to look.
Yeah, keep wishing.
He's still trying to get around.
You guys just ditched him.
Oh, Onyx.
There's a couple of others that you recognize. Do you want me to go through those for you?
Do it.
Okay, and the location doesn't matter because I'm just going to forget the next time you ask.
Yeah.
If you all moved your tokens around and asked me to point out the locations again, I would. except for Grox, because I made him take that one step. It's etched into my permanent
I
brain.
like how I took a step forward and down, and you're like, okay, well, it's up here.
Yeah, so I just wanted to be a jerk and make you move. So you see an interesting one where Gravine looks older, way older. He looks ancient, almost like a skeleton himself. And you see somebody talking to him, and that somebody has their hand down, and two skeletons are growing at their feet. Like it looks like that person is summoning to, like Gravine is teaching them how to summon skeletons or create undead.
Told you that kid was creepy.
You see Breck making a puppet show, except he's like huge and looming over what look like real people. And as he's doing his puppet show, those people look like they're unwilling marionettes. Their faces give off an expression of they don't like what's going on.
I hate that guy.
This is concerning.
You see Nina, a stein in one hand and a club in the other. And she's standing, she's got 1 foot over a fallen troll as she stands on the troll, victorious. She also looks like the cover of a 1990s or 1980s metal album.
Oh, Nina. She's just herself.
You see one other, you recognize Trotline was the troll with the 2 massive weapons. His is actually next to Roland's, and he's got a fishing line in the pond, kind of almost in the background of Roland's little area where he's growing his plant. Like his kind of bleeds off into Roland's. And at the end of his line is a massive, what would be like a 100-foot fish. And it looks like he's struggling to reel that dude in.
Sorry this is taking so long, guys. It's really hard stone. I'll be done.
Onyx?
I'm almost done.
You're going to want to come in and see this.
I'm working on it as fast
Okay,
as
well,
I can.
maybe you can come in here first and then go back to work afterwards.
Okay.
All right, Onyx, you come in, and you see somewhere in this general vicinity, I don't care where, anywhere that makes you happy, you see dramatic pause, with a mining pick over one shoulder, and your halberd, right? That's what you use?
Yes.
Your halberd, and you're like kind of walking, and behind you are many other people of your race full of mine carts, and you're walking along a mine track. Looks like you guys are coming back from a big haul. Like you're leading your people from a big haul of ore hauling.
Hi-ho.
Basil looks very unnerved by the fact that these murals exist. This is weird to everyone else, right? It's not just me that finds this peculiar.
Nobody touch a hit point. Nobody touch a spell slot, or I will delete you.
Wow, what a crazy episode this has been so far. So there's other guilds out there, and they may or may not share our ideals as defenders. Perhaps we'll gain some allies. Perhaps there'll be new threats. And what's up with these murals? This is kind of creepy if you ask me, but anyways, we have an announcement. Very soon we will be releasing a pair of bonus episodes where we'll be playing a module by Dale Zawada called Pigsaw. It's on dmsguild.com if you want to check it out yourself. Or if, you can just wait for those episodes to drop and hear our playthrough and my terrible DMing skills. With that said, thanks for listening and tuning in every week like you do. It really means a lot to us, and share. Let other people know. And please, leave us a rating and review wherever you downloaded this podcast from. Both ratings and reviews help other listeners find us. And more people are listening, more people to talk about us with. So, thank you. Let's get back to the show.
All right. Any other questions or observations about these murals?
Not everyone's is something that kind of happened yet, but I feel like Basil would be like, did somebody take a picture of me?
Actually, Basil, why don't you give me a perception roll? And I promise you want to get at least an 18 on this one.
Concerning. If you roll below an 18, you will lose your eyes, so don't mess it up.
No, it's just gonna be neat. You'll notice a thing.
I rolled a second natural one. I don't know if I've rolled... Did I roll anything else since my last one?
Finnileas, are you meticulously cataloging and studying this piece with you on it?
Yes, I am.
Like, very intently, everything about it, every line and crack?
Yep.
Alright, give me a perception check at disadvantage.
25.
At disadvantage.
There you go.
Wow, Basil, you've got plus 11 to perception, and you gave me a 12.
Look, hey, it's not my fault the dice hate me, okay?
I don't think it's the dice. Finnileas, I'm going to whisper this to you, and if you would like to share it with Basil, you may.
Nothing to see here.
I'm so
I don't know what
happy.
you're talking about.
I'm so happy.
Basil is too busy being horrified at the existence of these murals.
Roland is going to walk up and check out his mural.
Yeah, like I said, you see yourself. You don't recognize the plant. You've never seen the plant that you're working on in the mural before.
Do I need to make any checks?
You know what? Even if you got a natural 20 on the nature check, you're not going to recognize the plant for 3 reasons. For 2 reasons. 1, I haven't made up a name for it yet, and I'm not a plant guy. 2, you haven't seen this plant yet.
And 3, Ricky's a big giant jerk.
Actually, I'm looking more at the background, the scenery. You know, what's going on around me in this portrait. Or mural, or whatever it is.
It looks a lot like your glade, and it looks like you're bringing plants into the glade and introducing new flora, fauna there.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Might that be some just alternate reality that what's his name? Abel talked to us about? Like, might that be something related to that? I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
It had crossed my mind, but I had assumed that there's what Abel was speaking of involved a lot more variance between where we are now and what happened in those previous attempts.
But it's in the realms of possibilities, no?
Did you say there were more people in the mural that we didn't recognize, Ricky?
Yep.
I suppose then that could be an explanation for why there are these people unfamiliar to us here.
Would you like a description of some of those people that you don't recognize?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You see a kobold, a kind of azure-colored kobold, kind of grumpily walking around, snapping orders at people that are much bigger. You see a dark-robed tabaxi with dark skin and hairless. And that tabaxi's paying a lot of attention to Gravine. The person next to the tabaxi, the one I described earlier, looks a little bit more undead than alive. Does that make sense? Like sunken eyes, weird stuff, but the hands of that person you notice are skeletal. It has skin around the head and hair. It looks like it's had better days. You see another half-elf, and that half-elf is pretty regularly clothed, but looks like he's on a mission, just kind of off exploring. You see an Arakoa with that half-elf exploring. You see a couple more goblins. One of them looks like he is a knight, right? Like he's got a full set of tiny little goblin plate mail and a giant goblin axe. And another goblin looks like a very unimpressed goblin who's got some wizard robes on. You see I don't know if you guys know the Lionin. Do you know what I'm saying? That do you know what race it is?
Yes.
Okay. In the Odyssey book, they release these centaurs, but they're lions, and it's the coolest thing ever. And there's one of those. And then you see a race somewhat similar to reminiscent of how Onyx is made out of stone. There's one made kind of watery, and that guy's got just a bit of technology. Like there's one of those robotic, like dog things you might have seen whenever you're dealing with Warforged.
But then, Rin, would that suggest that this place was built by Abel's pupil, or?
No, I don't think it means anything, really.
I'm
Well,
glad you can be so confident.
I mean, this your hypothesis could be true, but since there are multiple timelines and stuff like that, I mean, this could be the work of anybody. Maybe a nemesis. Maybe, I don't know, another version of us. Maybe we're evil in that version, or maybe we're, I don't know. It's just so confusing.
Very much so.
But definitely the Gravine picture, it's like, you don't know, I'm kidding when I'm saying I hate that little kid, but I mean, he plays with the dead, and well, that is to me unnatural. So I don't know, maybe it's a version of us in the future, maybe a version of us in, I don't know. I'm gonna be checking my painting and see if I can recognize anything on the dude I'm giving a letter or something. Totally forgot to ask. Also, we did have some problems with the phylactery and some sort of leash. So maybe this is a version of which Gravine is tempted by the power of this thing. Is that, I think this is a possibility here.
I can't say I'm too sure.
Maybe hence the world.
I don't think Grat would. I mean, I suppose I couldn't say, but he's a smart person. I
Yes,
think just
but-
because he looks frightening, it doesn't mean that he's that much of a threat.
But in this
To-
picture, he looks older.
Well, you don't just get meaner as you get older.
Are you kidding me right now? I mean, this is a possibility, and didn't say it was the truth, but this is possible.
We shouldn't rule anything out.
Well, I don't know what any of it means, and I don't even recognize half of these people. And, you know, what's going on here? This is some plan. I've never seen this before. I don't remember this. Is this a past memory or something from my future?
Like I said, confusing. Finn,
Yes, Ren.
what are your thoughts about, all that weird painting stuff we got going on right now? I mean, you've been staring at yours for so long. Did you find anything? Did you make a hypothesis on anything?
Oh, they're terrific murals. I'm very much enjoying them. They remind me a lot of art I've seen Basil do. It's uncanny. Meaning, I don't know. I've never done anything like this as far as I know, so I don't know.
Does Finn looks nervous or out of character, maybe, in his gesture and like facial face?
Are you trying to ask me if you can roll an insight check to see if he's hiding something from you?
Yes.
I'll allow it. Let's roll the dice. All right, Finnileas,
Roll a 33.
Do you want to roll a deception check? Are you decepting? Do you want to? I don't.
I'll roll it to you.
No.
Yeah. Rin, you don't have you believe that I'm being truthful.
God damn it! I don't believe it.
I don't know. You rolled a 33. That's pretty impressive.
While Finn and Rin, oh, that's fun to say together. While Finn and Rin were talking, and Finn mentioned that the art style reminded him of things that Basil had drawn. Basil also realizes that it is his style of art.
No.
No?
You don't. It is your art. You would have sworn, because each artist has their own unique way of doing it. When you're really good at making art, like Ren, if somebody tried to draw a character in the way that Joe draws his characters, Joe would look at it and notice several things that he wouldn't do or would
Okay.
do differently. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You look at that and you go, I know I didn't draw this or make this, but I'm pretty sure I made this.
Okay. Yeah, then Basil's like, he looks very upset, and he does offhandedly mention, he's like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, Finn is right. That does look exactly like something I would make, and that is awful. I didn't make this. Did I make this?
How old are you?
That is a complicated question that I do not have time to get into.
How about you just say the number already?
That's
would
a
if I knew it.
very, very interesting answer. Please elaborate.
I'm afraid I'm unaware of the exact date of my birth, or year, or anything of that measure, but I've been told that I look to be somewhere in my 20s.
You don't remember when you were born?
No. Oh, Grok, you weren't part of our guild, but at this point, but when we first started learning more about the guilds of old, it was learned that quite a few of us had ties with the cult, and around that time I had mentioned that I didn't remember any of that time, and I still don't. I have a very long blank section of my memory from, I would say, around almost 10 years ago now is my earliest memory that I can actually hold on to. So I don't know how old I am.
So what I'm hearing here is you forgot you're occultists and joined our guild.
Well, I didn't. That is technically the case. However, there is a lot more connotations attached to the way that you put it. I was already a member of my order at that point, and I was not. I had no recollection of the cult at all, apart from the branding.
So, it's true. You were a member of the cult, and then you forgot, and now you joined the guild. Short version of the story.
In technical terms, I suppose you could say that. However, I don't believe that. I mean, I was not having communication with the cult. I learned about their existence when everyone else did.
While you were a member. And then you forgot.
Technically true, supposedly. I don't know how to have this conversation.
Okay. Grok, just leave it be for now, please. We don't have time for this, but this is definitely something we'll have to get back on someday. That memory lost. Maybe it will help you cope with your past, and Grok, just shut up for now. Please, just leave him be.
Either way, me not remembering past that point doesn't really answer any questions here, because this is clearly. I mean, I haven't met any of you. Well, I suppose there's a chance that some of the people who I would have interacted with in the cult, like Gravine, supposedly I had known Gravine before, but Roland, Rin, yourself, I wouldn't have known you before we met at the guild. So even if I did make this when I was younger, which I highly doubt, as I learned to create art, I wasn't very good when I first met the Great Sage, let's just say that.
I might have an idea. Can I evaluate what my forgery skills or just my way of looking at things? How old is the painting? Because if it's probably an oil painting, and in some ways there are ways to possibly know how old it is by looking at the dryness of thing, the brilliance, the way the canva is, or could I evaluate something like that?
I also have a question for after you answer, Rin.
You don't really deal with art. That's a
What
pretty
do you
technical.
know about it?
It's a pretty technical.
I'm kidding.
That's a pretty technical. That would be like me trying to, even if I was really analytical, trying to walk up to like the Mona Lisa without knowing it was the Mona Lisa and figure out when it was made.
Okay, but maybe like the wood frame could have some like what do I want? How do I want to say it? Might have some stains or clues that it has been made in the past, or I'm just stretching out there. If you tell me no, it's no.
I mean, it looks old. It looks like it's been on the stone wall for a while. There's a little bit of fading towards the outer parts of it. But as far as ascertaining the time, nah, I don't know how to go.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Finnileas, you see a floating chunk of a hyper black pyramid in that cracked area there. In that cracked area of blackness.
Ricky.
Yep.
Can I just ask real quick? Does Basil think that the other pieces of art that we've seen throughout this pyramid, are they familiar in the same way as well, or like there was the painting of the family and also that scratched out one with the girl, but that one would obviously be really hard to tell.
Hold on. I know you can move into that black area, Finnileas, but there's no floor there.
He's flying.
Yeah, I'm flying.
Okay. Basil, why don't you give me a roll, and why don't you make it a straight wisdom check?
Okie dokie. 17.
You got no clue.
Okie dokie.
Finnileas, you're right. The thing is right here. And the further into the darkness you go, you start to... You almost hear silence.
I will communicate with Finn telepathically, since Croc gave us the ability, and ask him what he's doing.
I'm exploring.
You just saw something interesting?
Yes, it is interesting.
What is it?
It appears to be a piece of super black pyramid floating over darkness.
Is it the same as last time? Because I remember we've seen something pretty similar in a field near the town, right?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, please don't touch it. In case something happens to you, I'd feel bad.
Yeah, and your mom would be really mad at Robbie John if something happened to you.
At this moment, Robbie John's gonna realize that she doesn't have eyes on Finn, and she's gonna start kind of like trying to find him.
Onyx, you found a door. So you guys come around. As you come around, you see that here is a floating pyramid-like piece of stone with it emitting power.
What kind of power?
I don't know. I mean, I know.
Leslie, how do you not know?
You don't know.
How high up in the air is it floating?
You have no idea of judging the depth of the blackness. You see how the floor looks broken there? It is. That's a drop you assume that goes on for a while.
Yeah, so don't step out here, right?
Finn, I'm going to message you on Discord.
Like, if you step out here, you'll fall, right, Ricky?
Yeah, if you step out, you assume that gravity still works there.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and try to grab at the pyramid.
Okay.
The range is 30 feet.
Materializes, and you see the hand touch the pyramid, and it goes to pull the pyramid over, and it doesn't work.
I want to cast telekinesis, and I'm gonna grab the pyramid and drag it over to me.
That'll work. The pyramid starts to move towards you. I don't have a pyramid token, so give me a second. I'm going to do something amazing.
Also, remember last time, I think, if my memory is not too flawed, that there was a lot of necrotic energy coming from that pyramid. So please don't touch it or settle it on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it yet.
What do you mean yet? I said don't touch it. Just don't touch it.
There, you've moved it near you.
So it's ordinary?
Yep.
So I'm gonna give it a look over, check it out, see what I can figure out with it. And then when you tell me it's a pyramid and I can't figure out anything, I'm gonna ritually cast Identify on it.
It's a pyramid. You don't know anything. You cast Identify, and you don't know Identify.
Identify does ask that you touch it, by the way.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
Are you gonna touch it?
Yeah, I'll be touching it, but I'll keep an eye out and make sure that Ren's not looking when I do.
Okay. You're unconscious.
Told you not to touch it. Stupid turtle.
Most importantly, he's unconscious. Does he fall off the edge?
Ooh! Oh!
Come on, buddy. Are you playing with us or against us?
Look, you gotta ask these questions.
Oh, Grok. All right, Grok. Give me a no, Rabby Jam. Give me a D8.
Hi, Grok. I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 4.
All right. So here's how I had it done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the good news is he didn't fall off the hole into death, because that fall would have killed him. You would have had to have tried to make turtle soup out of him or something. Bad news is he fell into the pyramid. Anyway,
He's now on the floor because his concentration ended.
yeah. So he's laying on the ground, kind of laying on the pyramid.
Oh my god, his like turtle shell is perfectly balanced him at the pin of the pyramid. We just like
No.
spin him around.
No.
Aw.
He's not a lazy Susan. Grok is asleep, unconscious, catatonic, one might say. What do you guys want to do?
Well, the simulacrum's gonna like try to help him.
Is he just gonna Care Bear stare him, or what's he gonna?
He's gonna pull him off of the pyramid to start with,
All right, let's have a.
and try to wake him up.
Okay, he doesn't. Grok does not respond to waking up.
Okay, so you said he felt. Where did he felt?
He felt the pyramid side. Did you mean what did he
He
fell?
fell
Like
into
he fell? He fell right where he's at. He fell on the top of that pyramid.
Okay.
The simulacrum. Where are you gonna move him? Simulacrum.
Over the edge.
You're gonna push him off. I'm the prime Grok now. My name is no longer Simulacrum or SoCal. I am now Grok.
I'll say Basil is not ignoring what's happening. He's just very engrossed in the mural still.
All right. Well, Basil, Onyx, Rabbijan, Roland, Ren, and Fen have all ignored that Grok just collapsed in.
Well, Basil wouldn't have seen it, so
I'm
You
thinking.
would have heard him collapse.
Smoke starts to emit from Ren.
Do I hear like a teapot boiling sound?
Sure, if we can make you laugh.
What do you guys want to do?
Roland is gonna drag Grok away from the edge.
How are you guys
Wait,
gonna
don't touch him.
How are you guys gonna
Don't
drag him
touch
away
him.
from the edge?
Wait.
He's on the edge, and the pyramid's in between you.
Hold
After
on.
the simulacrum moves,
Simulacrum hasn't moved him yet. I was gonna address this problem with him in a moment.
Rabijan is going to put her paw on her face and slowly shake her head.
if the simulacrum is gonna move him, Roland will just let it do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drag him to there.
Give me athletics or an acrobatics check. One of the two.
Give me a Ninja Turtle check, yo.
Hey,
Alright.
check it out. It doesn't matter. I get the same pluses in both.
So you rolled a 17 acrobatics with the simulacrum, and you managed to pull Grok without touching the pyramid or dropping it in the hole. So good job. You pull him. Go ahead and move him right there.
And then I'm gonna try to wake him up again.
Yeah, it's unsuccessful.
So presuming Basil notices the commotion behind him, he'll turn around and see one of the Groks, in dreamland. And with a very confused expression on his face, he's going to be like, what happened to you?
All right. Well, the passed out Grok was not answering your question.
Can Grok 2.0 speak, or is he like the quiet type?
Yeah, he could speak. Seeing as he's like a copy of Grok, I would think it would be confusing for the listener if I started using the Grok voice for two different people.
I always just assume that when you talk randomly, it comes from one of the two.
Yeah, so do I.
Like that's Ricky Headcanon.
Basil peeks around the corner and looks at the rest of the party, and he says, Are they both broken?
I can't seem to wake him up.
What, did he just fall asleep?
No, he was casting Identify on the pyramid and touched it as part of the spell, and then he fell asleep.
Okay. Why are we touching things? I thought we had an agreement that we weren't going to touch things. I thought that happened. Oh, you weren't there when me and Finn touched.
Maybe he's inside the thing.
The pyramid?
Yeah.
That's bad. That sounds very bad. Can that happen? Is that a thing?
We hit the pyramid we're in, and we're inside.
That's true. But that's not good. though, because we didn't. You didn't leave bodies when you went inside this one.
Well, I don't know if I did or not because I'm inside here.
Well, I'll let you know now. You did.
Rabijan, this seems to be something that would be within your expertise, maybe. You got some sort of ill patient? Don't you have something in your arsenal that could wake him up?
Rabijan's not really sure if she has anything that could bring Grok back to consciousness, because Rabijan is pretty sure that his unconsciousness is caused by magic, and Rabijan isn't sure if anything she could do would bring... Maybe Rabijan wonders if maybe his,
Maybe try something!
maybe shush!
Don't shush me, little lady.
Well, Rabijan read this story once that someone was asleep and then somebody woke them up by kissing them. So maybe Mr. Red wants to try that.
You want me to be sick so you have 2 patients now? What the hell is wrong with you?
I think the answer to that is yes.
Do we
I
not
think you
that
have no
maybe?
saying that.
Do we not think that maybe the remaining Grok could try and do a different identify spell on the sleeping Grok, and we can find out
I
what's
could
wrong with
do
it?
I could do the detect magic and see if it's a magical sleep.
Yeah. Rabijan might be able to help if she knows what is going on there.
What about the thing you did for Grok? Not Grok. Onyx. I don't know why I keep mixing both of them.
Ricky does it too.
Never.
I've done it before too, actually. I can't get away with that one. I don't know. I don't think I can really contribute to helping Grok that much, other than hitting him, and I don't really want to hit him.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Disagree?
Of course you do.
Frowns.
Don't look at me that way.
Do you think anyone could rack their brains for what's wrong? The last time we saw a pyramid like this, it was O'Malley's farm, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna virtually cast detect magic.
I just recall that pyramid being a lot more deadly, and I haven't checked Rock's pulse yet, and I'm getting nervous.
Alright, as you cast detect magic, you see a greenish-black necrotic stream of magical energy flowing from Grok to the pyramid.
Well, I'm gonna be casting dispel magic on that.
Okay, nothing changes.
Rabijan is going to try Greater Restoration.
Oh wow, it's 100 gold.
Shush.
Oh, good.
Alright, it's now 200 gold. Go ahead and mark your purse.
She's kind of momming us tonight.
Sorry, that's just me. Sorry, guys.
And as that happens, as she casts Greater Restoration, you see a greenish-whitish energy flow from her briefly around the pyramid, and kind of you see that energy cut off. So the simulacrum sees that energy cut off as Grok is saved. And now Grok is awake, but with those 2 levels of exhaustion we talked about. And by talked about, I told you.
Yes. I made note of them.
Did you thumbs down? That's appropriate.
I was gonna put thumbs up just to let you know that I read it and caught it, and then I was like, wait, no, that doesn't get a thumbs up. Good
Right.
thumbs down.
Got it.
Because Ricky's a big giant dirt.
And that leaves you guys there with my masterfully drawn pyramid. Grok has woken up. What do you guys want to do?
Tell him not to touch any more pyramids.
I found a door.
Huh?
You
What?
found a door.
Yes.
To Neverland?
Do you know where it goes?
To the other side.
Okay. Thank you. Onyx.
Other side of what?
The door.
Are you wanting us
Oh my
to follow you,
God.
Onyx?
I really want to keep this pyramid.
Before Basil leaves, he's gonna do a stillness of mind.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Do you guys remember what you're here searching for?
We want like the Triforce, right?
I'm gonna be honest here. No.
I know you have no idea about what's going on with the plot. I understand.
The
We want the
Triforce-
Triforce, but I had assumed that was just like a flat triangle, not a pyramid.
That's because it was a 2D game.
Do we think this is what we're looking for? Because I was fully under the assumption that it was like a flat panel.
Okay.
Right.
Triforce. 3 sides triangle.
Onyx start bleeding from the nose.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Defenders of the Veil. You can follow the cast on Facebook at Defenders of the Veil or on Twitter at Defenders Veil. Please subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating and review wherever you find podcasts. Tell your friends about us too. Make sure you tune in next week for more shenanigans from the Veil. Until then, guilties, farewell.
I want to talk about what we do on our watch.
How
Obligatory,
dare you?
obligatory awkward joke about the watch. I can't wait to tell your wife about this, Dave.
Do not like.
hold on. I'm going to Facebook right now.
Nice.
All right, message sent. Your wife will be talking to you soon.
But she just brought Jake into the room to put him in bed. I just told her about it. She rolled her eyes and was like, "Oh Jesus!"
Oh, it's way less fun. Snitch. So I messaged David's wife, which he had already told her, and her 2 responses make me happy. Her first one is, well, if it's a male, get me pictures. To which I replied with a British accent, and she said, sweet, video instead. So I guess we're going to LARP your guys' watch as opposed to just roleplay it.
It's gonna be some bonus content.
I don't know what
For anybody that has not met my wife is exactly like me. To the point that my brother met her the first time and looked at my mom and went, "Oh dear God, no, there's 2 of them."
Wait, is she short as well?
No.
No, she's taller than I am.
Okay, just checking.
How much taller?
Please don't make
I don't know, about 4 or 5
me
inches.
edit this conversation again.
All right, so anyway,
You're the worst.
it would have been fine. It would have all been fine. You would have all been fine.
You, Ricky, and you, Rick, the worst.
Rick is just being a fair player.
Now, wait, hold on. We can't both be the worst.
So which
That's
one's
true.
the prime again?
False.
Anybody can be the worst if I so deem it.
Well, I'm just saying,
Oh.
if he's the prime, he's definitely worse than me.
Oh, I see.
Accepted.
Yes, but you can be the worst duo, so you can both be the worst.
So it doesn't look like something like, it's not like it looks like the general art style of people that are monks of the elven herbs and spices.
That's not the name of the group.
What do you mean, Ricky?
It's canon.
It's not
You
canon.
keep saying that.
Look, I think if Ron the Monk exists, the order gets to be called the Order of Elven Herbs and Spices. I think
Truth.
that's the law of equivalent exchange.
All right, hold on. I will make it final. Did you just Alchemist Brothers name?
I think if he created the group in your world, he gets to name it.
Right, so here's the deal. If you want equivalent exchange, here's what I require.
Okay.
I require Roland to say snake bites are poisonous. And I require it to be part of the outtakes of an upcoming episode.
So it's up to Roland whether or not the order's name is changed. Okay. I'll agree to those terms.
All right, I'll wait patiently. Roland.
I'm sorry, Basil.
That's okay.